G'day everyone, my name is Mortal Phoenix and welcome to Would You Rather? If you guys don't know, it's very similar to Will You Press the Button. You get two scenarios, except this one, you get to choose between the two scenarios. And they both have their pros and their cons, but you get to blow up Detroit for a piece of cake. You get to do anything you want to. But so, I know in the last one I did, my webcam was actually quite low. I think it was like down this area here. But I fixed that so now you can see majority of it. Until I get proper editing skills, then this is what you will see. But I actually don't mind having this little bit up the top here. I think... Oh, that's the wind. It's a nice day outside. I might go outside after I do this. Anyway, but very similar to Will You Press the Button, except it has its perks as well. So, we start off with, would you rather be the head chef on a luxury cruise liner, or be the head chef in the White House? Now that's interesting, because the White House, if I could be wrong, I don't live in America, but I don't think the White House has accommodation. I mean, it could. It might be where the president sleeps. Speaking of which, that election is coming up very soon. Also, the Australian election has just passed. Oh crud! Good thing I didn't have to vote. I'm not going to talk about politics. I'd much rather not. Anyway, so I don't know. I'd have to ask my sister about that because she's a chef and she's a cook, and I love to cook. Don't get me wrong, I love cooking. If I could be the head chef on a cruise or the White House, I'll probably go the cruise. Really? More people would be the head chef at the White... Oh, okay. I ain't judging. I ain't judging. Okay, would you rather laugh uncontrollably at insurance commercials or be wildly aroused at car commercials? Ooh. Would I rather laugh because I know that all insurance commercials can be a bunch of bogus, or become wildly aroused at cars? Ooh. See, my uncle owns an FPV 2003 model, a GT, and oh, it sounds so good. Even though I am a Holden person myself, I'll prove it. Do you like my hat? It says Holden on it. Product placement. Not actually sponsored by Holden. I'm not sponsored by Holden. Please don't take that out of context. Anyway. Okay, so, yeah, I'm a Holden boy, but my uncle owns a GT, and it sounds amazing, and but I'd probably become wildly aroused at cars, considering that's just me anyway. Wow. Well, I guess laughing is the best medicine, as they say. So, I guess there's nothing wrong with laughing uncontrollably at insurance commercials. Okay, would you rather be named after a car or be named after produce, fruits or veggies? That's interesting because there are people named after cars. There are people named after Twitter. There are people named after other things. Like, there are people named after, like, the car company Porsche. I can just imagine a kid being named Banana. That'd be the weirdest thing ever. It's like, hey, banana, you want a banana? I don't fucking know. Anyway, I'd much rather be named after a car because it doesn't say if it's your first or last name. There's a comment in here that says, I'd rather be named Corvette than Carrot. Oh man, I would too. I'd much rather be named Camaro because Camaros are my favorite car. I wish I could own one, but they don't get produced in Australia. Okay. If you had to be tortured, would you rather enter a Sicilian bull or wear Spanish boots? I don't know about this. I don't know what any of these are. Wear Spanish boots? I don't know. Wow, a lot of people chose that one. What's a Sicilian bull? What? Hang on, I gotta research this. The brazen bull, bronze bull, or Sicilian bull was a torture and execution device designed in ancient Greece, according to Diodorus Siculus, I think, recounting the story in whatever. The tyrant Sicily. It's a new means of executing criminals. The bull was made entirely of bronze, hollow with a door in one side. The bull was the form size of an actual bull and had an acoustic apparatus that converted screams into the sound of a bull. Oh. The condemned were locked in the device and a fire was set under it, heating them. Oh! A fire was set under it, heating the metal until the person inside roasted to death. Oh! I'm glad I didn't choose the Sicilian bull. Imagine that, being roasted to death. Oh man! Now I'm glad I chose the Spanish boots. I didn't even know what the Spanish boots are. I didn't want to research it because that would take up too much time. Okay, would you rather live in a homeless shelter with internet access or live in an amazing home isolated from any outside contact? Ugh. Oh, there's a comment here that says, I would start a fundraising blog to get myself into a house. Interesting. Just use GoFundMe. Speaking of which, I want to do a charity live stream soon and donate some money to Little Wings. But I'll put a call out on Twitter and Facebook to let you guys know when that's going to happen. But might not be for a while. Live in a homeless Live in a homeless shelter with internet access or live in an amazing home isolated from any outside contact. That's an interesting one. Would you rather live in the home of your dreams, basically, without contact with anybody, so no phones, no internet, no nothing, or live in a homeless shelter where you can find everything? I'd rather live in a homeless shelter where I can find everything. Wow, that was so split. Because I would love to live in the home of my dreams, just out in the middle of nowhere, just on a deserted island, but I'd be so far away from family, you know? That's my biggest thing. Like, my family is my biggest thing. If I were to lose my family, I'd lose my goddamn mind. My grandfather in particular. You know, my grandfather is my greatest hero, and you know, he's supported me through everything. You know, he's helped me out so much, and he's just all round a great guy. And you know, if I were to lose my grandfather, I would feel as though there'd be a huge part of me missing, because my grandfather is just so great. You know, he's the best. He's like a dad. You know, he was everything a dad should be. And I never grew up with my dad. I did every now and again, like I'd visit him on weekends, but when I was young, I remember talking to him on Father's Day, my dad, and I remember talking to him on Father's Day, and then I said goodbye. I didn't know it was my last goodbye to him. And I gave the phone to my mum, and she just went, "You are not speaking to him ever again. You are not to get in contact with him. You're not to even try. And you're not to pick him up on weekends." And that was the end of it. You know, and for me, it was difficult. And like, I didn't, because you know, every weekend that my dad was supposed to come round, I asked Mum, "Where's Dad?" And she's like, she says, I can't remember what she said, but eventually, I think it was 2 weekends, and then I just stopped asking, because I just thought, well, my dad doesn't care. And it was hard, because I never grew up with a dad, and I had father figures in my life who, in my opinion, didn't seem to care about me. And that was really difficult for me, because you know, I didn't know what a dad would expect. I didn't know how to go about anything. You know, I just had my mum and my sisters. And look, I don't know where I'd be without my sisters, in all fairness. And my mum I have to thank as well, because she's helped me get to where I am. But at the same time, it's hard for me to thank my mum because of what I've been put through because of her. It's just difficult for me, and I don't know. It's weird talking about this now, but I think if I didn't have my family by my side, if I didn't have my family support, I'd be lost. I wouldn't know what to do, and I think that's something everyone should take from this. You need your family support, because if you don't have your family by your side, if you don't have your family supporting you, if you feel as though your family doesn't care, then chances are they probably don't. And I want to talk about this now while it's still fresh in my mind, rather than wait, ages and ages down the track. But your family is something that guides you. Your family is something that shapes the person you are. And once you turn 18, then you're your own person. You shape your future then. You control what you want to do. And I reckon if I didn't have my auntie and uncle's support to start my YouTube channel, then I'd feel isolated in a way, kind of, because I still go to school. I'm still in high school, and it's interesting to do YouTube and go to school at the same time, because I go to school, and then I have friends who have YouTube channels as well, and I just think it's the best thing ever, YouTube, because you get to voice your opinion to an extent, and you get to have some fun just doing what you enjoy. And I don't know where I'd be if I didn't actually start this and have a pastime. Yeah, I could be studying every waking moment, but that gets old-fashioned real quick. Studying gets really old-fashioned, and it just gets annoying sometimes. I'm glad I can do this now, because back in the day, I'm not that old, but when I was younger, I remember playing games and just thinking, I wish I could share this enjoyment. And I watched YouTube videos all the time, but I never considered making a YouTube channel. But I'm going to stop rambling, because this is game time, not talk time. Anyway, next one. Would you rather be woken up at 3 AM every morning and forced to watch Mrs. Doubtfire, or get punched in the face by an average man once every 2 months? I actually enjoy the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, and now that I think about it, when you hear about Robin Williams' death, it breaks a little bit inside, because Robin Williams was just such an amazing person, and he's missed to this day, but such an amazing actor, such an amazing comedian. There's a comment here that says, if you pick the blue one, you're fucking stupid. No! I actually enjoy Mrs. Doubtfire, but eventually you'd get pretty bored of it, and being woken up at 3 AM, it doesn't say what time you'd be forced to watch Mrs. Doubtfire. I mean, you could wake up at 3 AM. If I could wake up at 3 AM, I would get so much done, and I wouldn't have to worry about a thing. But unfortunately, I'm a heavy sleeper, so by the time 3 AM rolls around, I look at my clock and I'm just like, I drop. So if I had to wake up at 3 AM, I could live with that, but I'd have to go to bed pretty early, because your body needs on average 8 hours of sleep, and if you deprive your body of that, it'll catch up with you really quick. unless you can put your body into a routine where if you can go to bed at 10 and wake up at 3, then your body will just like, I guess that is sufficient rest. But getting punched in the face by an average man once every 2 months. Is it a random person or is it the same person? Because if it's the same person, then I'd be fine with that. But I'm going to leave this one up to you guys. I know I rambled for quite some time in the towards the end there, but I wanted to get my point across, and I wanted to just to talk to you guys, because I never do that. I never connect with you guys. You know, I play these games and I just commentate over the top of them. I never actually get to talk. But this is nice. I get to talk to you guys. I get to just talk. You know, this is nice. And now that I have my face cam back, it's awesome. Anyway, but I don't know if you guys have seen this already, but I am recording a bunch of videos because next week I'm actually out of town. I'm going to Penrith, so on Sunday. So that'll be Flash Game Sunday, which is my new segment. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can go check that out. There's only one video there to begin with, but I don't know when I'm going to schedule all these uploads. I think I might schedule them one every day, but it might just be one every 2 days. But yeah, it's nice to play these little games and just have a bit of fun with it, you know? It's always nice. Anyway, cheers everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then fire up that like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you're new to the channel, then why not subscribe for more videos like this and other videos to come your way very, very soon. So cheers everyone for watching, and until next time, I'll see all of you in the next one. See yas!
People who believe in communal sharing and sharing their lives.